Do it do, YouTube. It is your boys, CJ and Tro, back at it like a bad habit. If you want something, go grab it. Uh, Welcome back to another episode of FCT Reviews. This time around, Tro picked the show. So, Tro, go ahead and tell the people the show you picked.
Live from the kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which is so progressive that they finally let women drive before this show started. Very in the year 2018. That's how progressive they are. And
Right.
don't ask about any bone saws. They'll kill you if you ask any questions about that.
Mm,
Um, but no, this is the first Crown Jewel show because the first ever Saudi show was the Greatest Royal Rumble, which was won by Braun Strowman, the greatest accomplishment of his life, of
yeah.
course. Even though he was Universal Champion, but
Right.
tonight we will crown it. Tonight, the greatest, the best in the world in the year 2018. So
Everybody knows that the best in the world is CM Punk.
no. CM Punk at this point in 2018 does not want anything to do with professional wrestling.
Well, like you said, it took place in Saudi Arabia
And
over.
I think Riyadh, I think it was, because that's where they have
Yep,
they've
Riyadh,
been having
Saudi
the
Arabia,
shows.
at the
They've been
King.
having shows in
That's
Riyadh ever since.
it took place at the King Saud University Stadium with 16,000 people in attendance. Boy, last night's Monday Night Raw would make that show look like a joke. But um, did you watch Raw last night, Drew?
Of course,
20,000 people in that arena last night. How insane!
that's the same amount of people as they got for WrestleMania 20.
Okay, right. And that's for the night after WrestleMania. That's not even for WrestleMania itself.
Yeah,
That's how. Wow, that's awesome. Props to WWE for that.
just killing it right now.
They really are. They really are. Shout out to Triple H. Shout out to everybody. Cody Rhodes. My God, that story, and I can't wait for his next story. Man.
Yeah, I can wait. I have a bad feeling about it.
Well, let's get to this show. On the pre-show, Shinsuke Nakamura defeats Rusev to retain the U.S. Championship. So it's not Rusev Day.
No, remember this was 2018. Shinsuke Nakamura before we knew what would happen to him.
Yeah.
This was the Nakamura where he's a great athletic competitor. Maybe he'll be WWE champion one day. And
Nope.
fast forward to 2024, and no championship, and he's 1 for 24 in the year of 2024,
Yeah.
and lost to the Ilya Dragunov last night. So
Good match, though.
good match, probably the hardest hitting match Nakamura's had in his whole
Yeah.
WWE career.
I wonder how he feels taking such an ass whooping, knowing that.
He probably liked it, to be honest with you. He's probably like, holy shit, people are actually hitting hard now.
Then we get a World Cup quarterfinal match. Rey Mysterio defeating Randy Orton. Man, they did this match on this show.
Now, mind you, the World Cup was supposed to be like the best in the whole world,
Mm-hmm.
and it was literally just North America. It was just the U.S., I think Canada, and Mexico.
Yeah.
So the best in the world is not located in Japan or Europe. It's specifically North America
Facts.
via WWE 2018.
Yes. Any thoughts on this match?
It was a very, very entertaining match. This is kind of the era of Randy Orton, where he just didn't really give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
He was done. He was done for this shit. And they only had Ray out there to be like, because You know the story of the Prince of Saudi Arabia, how he wanted Yokozuna on the first show,
God, yes, I know that story. He
and he
wanted
didn't
a
know that
lot.
Yokozuna had died, so
Yeah, that was just
they had to bring out like a lot of people for him. He's
no
probably like, I want to see Rey Mysterio, and he gets ready.
He got what he wanted.
You know,
Then we get The Miz defeating
love
Jeff
it.
Hardy by pinfall in another quarterfinal match for the World Cup.
Yeah, fuck you, Jeff. You're not the best in the world. The Miz is better than you.
So it's going to be Ray versus Miz,
You know, yes, of
and then
course.
the next match in another World Cup quarterfinal match, Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley. Seth Rollins picks up the victory. I will say the guys that they are letting win in this World Cup, I could see them being best in the world.
2018 Seth was something different. This was before he became the gimmick that he'd be in 2019, where he
I
was
think
just kind
I
of he
think
was shit.
I think you stole his gimmick from 2018 a couple weeks ago when you called yourself Workhorse Stro, because 2018 was Workhorse Seth.
But yeah, definitely. This was he didn't win the Rumble, did he? Did he win the men's Rumble in
That's in
2019?
2018. I know he won the Rumble at one point.
I know he didn't win in 2018 because 2018 was
Was it
was
2019?
Asuka. He might have. Did he win in 2019? He might have won in 2019 because I know he faced Brock at that WrestleMania. So it might have been 2019. Yes, it would have had to been because Kofi versus Bryan was
2018
and
was Shinsuke.
yeah, Shinsuke and Asuka. 19 would have been Becky and Seth.
Seth, which makes sense.
Yeah,
Wait a minute. Hang on.
and that started Seth's horrible title reign.
Yeah, the less said about that, the better. Because
Don't worry, they this would be this is the golden age of Seth Rollins' time in Saudi Arabia.
Wait. He also feuded with Baron Corbin in the summer, right? And that's with Lacey Evans.
Yeah, they brought back the Undertaker at some point.
Yeah, so
I mean,
Seth. So
this is the
Seth.
dark era.
I'm looking at this research. Seth won the Rumble in 2019 by eliminating Braun Strowman, and the women's Royal Rumble winner was Becky Lynch. Can you guess who she eliminated to win?
The what would have been probably Charlotte.
Very good. Damn. I wonder who was in those matches because those
Who
look
cares?
like easy ones.
That doesn't matter.
Maria was in the Royal Rumble match. Wow, Alicia Fox was in the Rumble match.
Yeah, it was the second one they did.
Was this the first ever women's Rumble?
No, second.
Second, that's right. And in the men's, I don't think there were any surprises on this one, unfortunately.
Nope. Look,
Well, NXT had Aleister Black and
we're in the dark ages of WWE at this point.
Okay, yeah, you're right. 2018, you're right.
2018, 2019.
Yeah. Well, the number 30 injury was supposed. This is when Nia Jax got her ass whooped by all those dudes.
Yeah, very cool. This was before she was. This was when she was total shit. Now, current day, she's just really shit.
Next match we had Dolph Ziggler with Drew McIntyre defeating Kurt Angle by pinfall in a quarterfinal.
Oh dear God!
Nobody, and no earth and no timeline would Dolph Ziggler ever beat Kurt Angle legitimately.
Well, to be fair, it's 2018, Kurt, and his neck is literally hanging on by a thread. But
yeah.
But the most shocking part of this all is: do you remember 2018 heel Drew when he was with fucking Dolph Ziggler?
Actually, I thought he was a badass. I liked him as that.
No, this was the era where Vince was like, Welcome back, Drew. You did good in NXT, but we're gonna set you up with Dolph Ziggler.
That's
You're
right.
gonna be a jobber to the stars. And guess what, Drew? You're gonna face Roman at WrestleMania. It's his first match back coming back from leukemia. You're gonna be a heel.
And if you even think about beating him, well,
Yeah, fired.
there we go.
Don't you
You,
don't you worry, Drew. In 5 years from now, you'll face Seth Rollins to open up the show.
but you'll win.
You'll win, and then Punisher Martinez will cash in on you.
Was he in WWE in 2018?
Damian Priest?
Yeah.
No, he was he was with RO. He was either in New Japan or ROH because he was on the All In show for ROH.
Oh, okay.
The
Gotcha.
prelude before AEW
Yeah.
at
By the way,
MSG.
did you hear what they're? Did I tell you what they're doing on the EW this
Yeah,
week?
it's gonna be fun. They're showing real footage too, which is crazy.
Did we talk about it on Sunday?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it on Sunday.
I don't remember what we talked about on Sunday. I may have indulged a little bit,
Yeah, you might have just indulged a little bit.
just a little bit.
Oh yeah.
It was WrestleMania. You gotta indulge.
Hey, screw the review.
Did you have any sodas at the arena? Or any
Yeah,
food?
Pepsi. And a Pepsi.
There you go. You get a Pepsi. Did you get one of those cups that they have?
No, I didn't feel like paying $15.
Oh, damn. 50. Yeah, that's about right. Anyway, next match, The Bar. Cesaro and Sheamus, who's coming back, by the way, soon, apparently.
Yeah, guess who's? Yeah, gee, I wonder who's gonna face. Fella, I'm come to ruin your story.
So, damn it. The Bar defeats the New Day, Biggie, and Kofi Kingston for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, so they retain the championships here. And boy, the New Day has fell off hard in the past couple of years.
Yeah, they should probably just break up at this point.
Yeah, right. I would agree with that.
I'm pretty sure Xavier and Kofi are both in good spots right now, like company wise. So
Yeah.
it's not like Kofi's still over enough with fans. People like Xavier.
Xavier's all over their video game for the general manager mode thing.
Yeah, he's over there, and I don't think Endeavor is gonna be like, ew, video games. We're not gonna do that. Unlike Vince McMahon, like, I don't understand video games. What the fuck is WWE 2K24? What happened to real games like Pong?
Yeah, Pong. Yeah.
The Super Mario.
Then in a World Cup semifinal match, we got The Miz defeating Rey Mysterio. Yeah, I could see that one happening.
Yeah, this makes a little bit more sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, Miz defeating Jeff Hardy made sense too.
Yeah, this wasn't a very good era for Jeff either.
No, it was not. Then in another World Cup semifinal match, Dolph Ziggler defeated Seth Rollins. That was kind of a surprise, but it was a nice surprise.
Yes, if I remember correctly, was this during that time when they were feuding and they had like an Iron Man match that got ruined by the fans?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was because it would have made because Seth would be ruining his career against the Fiend the following year at this time. So
Yeah. Then we have AJ Styles defeating Samoa Joe for the Impact Champion. I'm sorry, for the WWE Championship.
Joe.
Joe should have been WWE Champion. I'm sorry, he should have been champion.
Yeah, he probably should have had a little bit of a run there, but now he's doing great stuff. Tomorrow he's gonna kill Dustin Rhodes.
He's gonna kill. He's gonna kill Cody's brother and not allow him to
Yeah,
finish his own story. Yeah.
yeah, because Tony's like, Dustin, I saw you at the in the backstage at WrestleMania, so I'm sorry, Joe's gonna have to break your neck. Sorry, you're not gonna finish your story.
I like how you talk with the lisp when you're talking like Tony Khan. By the way, that's
Sucker and succotash. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Dustin. Your
yeah.
brother main evented WrestleMania, and he really fucked me up.
Uh huh.
Real glass.
So now I'm gonna fuck you up in front of
Real glass. I also saw CM Punk out there. Don't you worry, we're gonna ruin his reputation tonight.
Yeah. Next match, Brock Lesnar
Oh God.
defeats Braun Strowman. Boy.
Oh God. Brock Lesnar in Saudi Arabia. Oh God. This was the darkest fucking timeline.
This is Infinity War in terms of timelines.
This was right after Roman freaking came out, finally won the title.
Actually,
And then,
come out before or after Infinity War?
oh my God, you know what this was? I just remembered. This was the title was relinquished because Roman had gotten leukemia, but this was during that fucking horrible era where Braun versus Roman was taking place inside Hell in a Cell. First time they did that red cell, and Brock Lesnar came out, ripped the door open, and they called it like a disqualification or no contest.
Oh God!
And then the following year, they did it even worse with the fucking feet.
Jesus!
This was back when Vince McMahon really hated the Hell in a Cell.
Folks,
I'm gonna make it red, and Brock Lesnar's gonna come out, and it's gonna be a no contest. Are you sure, Vince? Because we threw Mankind off the top of the cell, and he was fine. And we continue the match. I don't care. Nobody gets over on Roman.
folks, 2018 WWE. Do not go out of your way to watch that.
I mean, I think some of the pay-per-views weren't that bad, like the in-ring content, but just everything else was awful.
Yeah. Facts.
Had the best state. Had the WrestleMania. This was 33, so had the best stage at least.
2018 was 34. 2017 was 33.
Oh, this would have been New Orleans.
Yeah.
That's still a good stage, though.
Did you get to go?
Yeah.
Of course you did. What WrestleMania haven't you seen live?
You act like you have. Have you not seen my ranking video?
I haven't watched it yet, to be honest.
That's the wrong answer. You're supposed to promote it.
I'm sorry, folks.
You're supposed to say, "Of course I watched it, Tro.
Of course
That's
I watched
the best."
it, Tro.
It's too late. Everyone knows now. You didn't watch the fucking. You're not watching the goddamn content.
Folks,
God.
you can go watch that content. It's on our channel now. It's on the archive, so please go watch it.
Yeah, please. There's like 5 views on it.
Anyway, next match. I don't know how this happened, but Shane O'Mac, the Mac Attack, defeats Dolph Ziggler.
The Miz got hurt.
Cup final match. Tro, take this one away, please.
The Miz got hurt in kayfabe.
Yeah.
So Shane McMahon, who is the GM of SmackDown, says, "I got you. Don't you worry." And then Shane beats Dolph Ziggler to become, in the year 2018, the year when we had Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, and I guess the Okada would have probably been Tanahashi. But back in 2018 when they were better, except for Cody Rhodes, he's better now. But
Facts.
This is prelude AEW era, and we have the best in the world. Shane McMahon winning. He's the best in the world. 2018. Yep, and he would continue ruining the shows from 2018 to 2019 because Vince might have a big ego. Shane McMahon is Vince McMahon. If Vince McMahon was able to
wrestle,
compete, yeah, and even then, Shane couldn't really wrestle. So,
and then in the main event of the evening, if that wasn't bad enough, ladies and gentlemen,
break it down.
You gotta, yeah.
Shawn Michaels comes out of retirement. This is his last match ever.
He should have stayed in retirement, bro.
This is his last match ever.
He, along with his best friend and potential lover, you never know, allegedly, Triple H,
who tears his pec.
What?
Tears his pec like the first couple of minutes of the match.
Tears his pec, and they lose, and they still somehow find a way to beat the Brothers of Destruction.
Now, mind you, at this point, Glenn Jacobs is now the mayor of Knox County. At this point,
yes.
Now we don't know who's under that Kane mask until his mask falls off. And oh my God, it's Mayor Glenn Jacobs. What are you doing in Saudi Arabia? What's the mayor of Knox County doing in Saudi Arabia?
Maybe trying to create peace.
For a hot second, he actually looked good because it kind of looked like his old 2003 gear.
Yeah.
For a hot minute, he actually looked good. But we had bald Shawn Michaels. Triple H has been bald for a couple of years, so that's not much of a shocker. But
yeah,
bald HBK.
This match fell apart real quick, bro. It was terrible.
Think about this: Undertaker had a quick little squash match at WrestleMania 34. He came back and said, "I have to team with my brother, so I have to face D-Generation X." And you know damn well how this happened. The Saudi prince was like, "I want to see DX take on the Brothers of Destruction." And Vince is like, "Oh, that'll be hard. Shawn Michaels doesn't want to come out of retirement. Here's some gold. Shawn, come out of here."
You're gonna get us canceled with that Saudi Arabian accent, bro.
We're not canceled yet. It's more Italian. It sounds more Italian than it does Saudi Arabian.
True.
It sounds
Italian. Please don't be offended by Tro. Papa Tro on Twitter.
Papa di boop. It's not made of vito.
Like that Family Guy episode, Peter. You can't talk Italian just because you have a mustache. Boppity bippity, bippity boppity boopity boppity.
Dude, my Saudi Arabian accent just turned into a fucking Italian accent.
We love you,
Let's go.
Italy. No disrespect intended.
Let's go. Wahoo! It's a me, Mario. Wahoo!
Oh God. Okay, that was a good Mario. That Wahoo was very good, bro. I like that. That was good.
Come on, Vince McMahon. I want you to bring them I want you to bring back DX. Woohoo! I'll give him all the gold coins. Woohoo! Woohoo!
Scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this show, and why is it a -5?
A -5. Are you kidding me? We saw the best in the world perform.
Yeah.
Shane McMahon is the best.
At what?
The best in the world.
At what?
at wrestling. You see, Tony Khan actually tried to sign Shane McMahon because he saw that he was the best in the world, but Shane McMahon said, "No, I'm going to stay here with WWE." So,
Yeah, because why would you want to go somewhere where Kenny Omega is? And by the way, you try to compare Shane McMahon to Kenny Omega. You try to say that Kenny Omega was better than Shane.
well, I
No,
mean, by
Shane.
2018 standards, in the sense of WWE, no one's better than Shane McMahon. He's the best in
Okay,
the world.
but I'm just saying, just in general, Shane McMahon will always be a better worker than Kenny Omega.
I wouldn't say that. Kenny
Uh,
Omega's pretty damn good.
he lost all
Shit.
credibility with me, period, when he decided to go wrestle little girls and blow up dolls. And don't sit there and tell me it was in Japan and that's what they did in that promotion. That's not an excuse. It's not. It's still pathetic. It is still downright pathetic, and I cannot take him seriously as
Well,
a wrestler.
JBL wrestled a blow up Godzilla.
You're right, he did. And
Did he lose credibility after that?
with me, a little bit, yeah.
Were you like, I don't care that John Cena
It
just beat
wasn't a
JBL.
consistent.
He just
It
wrestled
wasn't
a
a
god.
consistent
He
thing
just
like it
fought a
was.
fake Godzilla.
It wasn't. It wasn't a consistent thing like it was with Kenny Omega because he wrestled a blow up doll, he wrestled a little girl, he wrestled invisible people. No, I don't care for that. And the young bucks or whatever they call themselves, the young fucks, as far as I'm concerned, they can go fuck right off too. I don't care for them either. They can go piss up a rope and have shit fly down on their faces. I don't care. They're trash too. Greatest tag team in the world. My asshole. No, not even close. But
So in other words, you were not a fan of what AEW would be by this time next year.
no, not really. I don't really watch AEW today. And I heard that they're gonna do when I heard what they were doing with that CM Punk thing, I'm
Yeah.
like,
So
why?
here's going to happen. So essentially, it's going to be closed cap. It's going to be CCTV coverage footage. So you're not going to be able to hear any audio. What
Thank
essentially
God.
it's going to be is probably going to be showing that Punk probably might have punched Jungle Boy, which would go against what he said last week to Ariel Hawani, whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
that would
shown.
go against him, and it's probably going to show. It's definitely going to show him choking Jungle Bitch out a little bit, which it's designed to make Punk look as bad as possible. But I just find it funny how AEW still needs CM Punk to pop a rating, and he's not even in the fucking company anymore.
They can't do it on their own. Shit, Edge couldn't do it. Edge versus Christian
No,
couldn't do it. So
no. But I think Edge is having fun there, so more power to him. Like,
you figure what?
more power. I think Edge is having fun in AEW, so more power to him in that regard. Like I don't think he looks at WrestleMania and be like, oh well, I should have stayed with WWE.
He's doing it for the fun. He's just doing it for the fun.
Yeah, yeah. That's at the point he's done so many WrestleManias. He's just like, I just want to hang out with my friend here in
Yeah,
this
go
company
back and
in this
catering.
company
Yeah.
that
Oh yeah.
in this company that they literally let you do anything you want.
And a lot of people are giving Triple H a lot of shit for what he said. Did you see what he said recently?
He say,
So he said that a lot of young wrestlers want to sign elsewhere, and that because they could work less dates and they could do less stuff or whatever. When Triple
which is
H,
true.
that's their attitude now. Great, we don't want them because they're not in it for the grind, and we can't have that here in WWE. We need people that are in it for the long haul, for the grind. So you need to be prepared to bust your ass night in, night out. Basically, I'm paraphrasing. Let me see if I can find it.
Because I don't think AEW really does that many house shows. WWE, you're pretty much having a house show every night.
Um, where is it? Let's see. I'm trying to find it. Hang on. Oh man, I can't. Where is this? Hang on, folks. I'm looking for something. Alright. I can't find this thing now. What the heck?
No, but I'm sure it'll deal get some ratings tomorrow.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. I think I found it. Can you hear this?
Game, it's a different world.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they're not here to be all in on this, like when I see people that come out of, trying to make it, and then they pick the job where they go, well, they work less, the schedule's lighter. All right, then I'm glad I didn't get you. Okay. Because if you're not in it for the grind, at that point early in your career, you have no business being here. Okay, so it's a different game.
So that's what he said. Did you hear any of that?
Yeah.
Okay. I agree with him.
Yeah, I mean, I see. Like, I get it. But it's also not going to be like, oh no, you should join AEW if you want to work less. The benefit of being on AEW when you're young is that you would get exposure, but
Right.
then you could end up like Jade Cargill, where yes, you're getting TV time, yes, you're being booked very strong, but you are green as goose shit in that ring. So it's kind of a catch-22. Like it worked out for Cargill, but Cargill also put in the work outside of the ring to get better and look as good as she does.
Facts. She looks fantastic now. I mean, damn.
Yeah, just as long as she doesn't wrestle more than like 3 minutes in a match, she'll be fine.
But eventually, she's going to have to wrestle more than 3 minutes in a match.
Yeah, and then she'll be exposed, much like Goldberg.
Or she will surprise everybody. So,
people are saying that she should break Goldberg's streak just to fuck with him.
God. Okay, folks, let's calm down.
Just to fuck with him because he had he was having a hissy fit the other day about some shit.
Yeah, Goldberg and Bret Hart and Ryback, I guess they're all three peas in a pod.
Not really. Bret Hart has every right to be pissed off as much as he is.
I'm gonna keep my case to myself on that one, but you people on this channel know how I feel about Bret Hart.
You like him as much as you like everyone's favorite Dave Meltzer.
I like him more than Dave Meltzer. I'm gonna be real. I like him more than Dave, but I just think that Bret is.
He's bitter.
Let me see if I could put this nicely. I think that he is having a very, very, very hard time letting go of his past, and it's affecting how he comes out to the public. And that's the nicest way I can put that.
Well, I think he has every right to be pissed off at Goldberg for fucking up his career.
Okay, but the thing about that is, he's still
if Goldberg doesn't fucking mule kick his head off, basically give him a concussion.
Because to that point, I say this: he wrestled like 6 or 7 other matches after that. Frank and I did the research on that one.
Yeah, that was the start of it.
Okay, but you can't blame it all on Bill Goldberg. You can't blame Bill Goldberg for all of it, because then he had a hardcore match with Terry Funk. He had several other matches after that, and you cannot. So you can't.
That was the concussion that started it. He also said that Goldberg is insane, which he really wasn't. There's also shit in the ring.
Yeah, he was trash in the ring, but he was over. He was able to do something that
Oh no, Goldberg was definitely over. He he just couldn't have him in matches that lasted more than 5 minutes
right,
because he wasn't
right.
good.
I agree with that. He and Hogan managed to do something that they could that very few could actually do. Um, that night that Goldberg beat him for the world title, they had a pretty good match for their styles.
Yeah, swear.
Was it let's say, I don't know, two Japanese dudes in the Tokyo Dome? No, but I don't know any Japanese wrestlers. I'm not going to pretend to like I do, but
This probably would have been around the time that we had that first Kenny Omega Jericho match.
I'm sorry.
I said this would have been around the time period where we had the first Kenny Omega Jericho match.
The Crown Jewel.
No, not on Crown Jewel. I think Jericho was still contracted under WWE, and he was able to work his way into having one New Japan match against Kenny Omega,
Okay.
and that kind of like started that relationship.
Well, Tro, since you punished me, buddy, guess who's going to get punished next?
Now, do keep in mind that if you punish me, I will have to go even worse. Because now that I remembered how bad these shows can be, I can get it much worse. This could have just been the icing on the cake, the tip of the iceberg.
So be careful. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Be very careful.
Be very careful. This guy.
I can make it much worse, CJ.
This guy right here, folks. Tro, send your hate
We
tweets.
could have reviewed the Benoit show. That would have just been Benoit.
You're never reviewing a Benoit show.
That would have just been Benoit for the whole time. But no, we had to talk about this Saudi show, and I had to bring up how they fucking killed a journalist,
So do you remember how I
and they
told
only
you?
let women drive now.
Remember how I told you my favorite build was Survivor Series 2017?
Yeah.
Since we did Survivor Series 2017, I think it's time that we kick it up a notch. So let's go Survivor Series 2019. The inclusion of NXT.
That's supposed to punish me?
No, not at all. If I thought that was a very good show, so no, it's not a punishment. It's just going to be a fun show to watch. Do you remember anything from that show?
This is 2019, so it's gonna be it's gonna be pretty shit. So
No, actually, this show is really. You want to read the matches?
sure.
Okay, this one was very solid. I thought because it was the inclusion of NXT. Remind you.
Oh, you know what? I remember this was when NXT swept because they were. This was because the AEW had just debuted. They were they were building NXT out.
So on the pre-show, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode take on, or they compete in a tag team in an interbrand tag team battle royal, and the other teams include the Forgotten Sons, Lucha House Party, Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, Imperium, Heavy Machinery, Breezango, The Revival, and the OC. So Forgotten Sons represented NXT, Lucha House Party represented SmackDown, Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder represented Raw, Imperium represented NXT, Heavy Machinery represented SmackDown, Breezango representing NXT, The Revival representing SmackDown, and the OC representing Raw. So there you go. Then, also on the pre-show, we had Leo Rush defending the Cruiserweight Championship against Akira Tozawa representing Raw and Kalisto representing SmackDown. Then on another pre-show match, the last one, tag team champions collide as the Viking Raiders, who are your Raw tag team champions, take on the New Day, who are your SmackDown tag team champions,
Oh dear God.
and the Undisputed Era, who are your NXT tag team champions. The Undisputed Era is represented by Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, and New Day represented by Kofi Kingston and Big E. So there you go. Then we have 5-on-5-on-5 Women's Survivor Series elimination match. Team NXT, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Candice LeRae, Io Shirai, and Toni Storm versus Team Raw, Charlotte Flair, Natalya, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Sarah Logan, taking on SmackDown, Sasha Banks, Carmella, Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, and Nikki Cross. And boy, all of Team NXT minus Toni Storm is still around, which is nice. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Io Shirai would go on to become champions on the main roster. Team Raw, Charlotte
they all just had matches on WrestleMania.
and Kyrie. Actually, all of Team Raw is still in WWE, so that's kind of cool. What'd you say?
I said, yeah, Bianca, Io, and Rhea all just had matches on WrestleMania.
And so did Io. Oh, and yeah, you're right.
This was back when she was Shirai before she became a Sky.
And so did Asuka and Kairi Sane.
Yes.
And then on Team SmackDown, Carmella and Nikki Cross remain in WWE. Everybody else is done. Dana Brooke is in Impact Wrestling. Sasha Banks is in AEW. And Lacey Evans is done with wrestling, I guess. Then we have Roderick Strong, the NXT North American champion, taking on AJ Styles, who represents Raw and is the United States champion, taking on Shinsuke Nakamura, who is the Intercontinental champion on SmackDown. And Shinsuke has Sami Zayn in his corner. This was a heel versus heel versus heel match, too, by the way, folks. 3 heels. Then we have Adam Cole defending the NXT championship against
Adam Cole, baby.
Then we have The Fiend taking on Daniel Bryan for the Universal Championship. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. We'll talk a lot about Bray on this show.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you don't like this? You don't like Bray Wyatt?
Oh no, I love the Fiend character, but this was during that really dark time.
Where that's because the Fiend was a dark character.
No, I mean dark because this was post fucking the Saudi. This was post that Crown Jewel show.
Yeah. Yeah. Then we got another 5-on-5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. Team SmackDown, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, King Corbin, Mustafa Ali, and Shorty G taking on Team Raw, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Ricochet. So all of Team Raw is still in WWE. And on Team SmackDown, Roman, Braun, Corbin, and Shorty G are all still in WWE. And Mustafa Ali moved on to TNA, where I believe he's the X Division champion over there. I could be wrong. Let me just double check my facts.
Oh my god, this is the show that accelerated the end of Seth Rollins being good.
Yep, he is the current TNA X Division champion. I was correct. Okay. I thought it was like at first I thought it was X Division champion, but then I was like, it could be the digital media champion. But no, it's X Division, so I was correct. And then they take on Team NXT, Tommaso Ciampa, your current WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Damian Priest, Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, and the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time, Gunther, but in this one he was known as Walter.
And only 2 of those people exist still in WWE.
Yeah, Ciampa. No, 3 of them. Ciampa, Priest, and Gunther. Walter.
Yes, because Keith Lee's in AEW doing whatever the fuck he's doing.
Did you see what happened over the weekend at the Hall of Fame or whatever?
Yeah, he showed up on accident, popped up. Yeah. Tony Khan's gonna be really pissed off. He's gonna feel betrayed.
Probably. Then we got Brock Lesnar defending the WWE Championship against Rey Mysterio in a no-holds-barred match.
Oh, dear God.
And then, in a Champions Triple Threat, Shayna Baszler, the NXT Women's Champion, taking on, I almost said defended, but taking on Becky Lynch, the Raw Women's Champion, and Bayley, the SmackDown Women's Champion. And currently, Bayley is also the SmackDown Women's Champion as we speak. So, there we go. So there you go. There's what you look forward to on Survivor Series 2019. And Frank, I will, or intro. I apologize. After that show, we're gonna review another show of mine, and I want to review Starrcade 2019. Should we read the
Starrcade
card?
2009. That wasn't a pay-per-view, was it?
I believe it was.
Was it an NXT show?
No, a portion of it was streamed as a 1 hour WWE Network special.
How the fuck we're gonna watch it then if it's only 1 hour?
It's
If
on
only
WWE.
portion.
It's
Well,
on
only a
WWE.
portion was. Are we only going to talk about the portion that was filmed?
Yeah. So let's read the card. Seth Rollins versus Eric Rowan. Shinsuke
Fucking
Nakamura
reviewing house shows now.
versus Sami Zayn. Or I'm sorry, Shinsuke Nakamura versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. Street Profits versus OC. The Kabuki Warriors versus Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair versus Bayley and Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross in a 4-way tag team match for the women's tag team titles. But you know, Becky and Charlotte should go for the women's tag team titles. That would be a badass team. Bobby Lashley versus Rusev. Bobby Lashley versus Kevin Owens. Aleister Black versus Andrade. Ricochet versus Andrade. Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. Roman Reigns versus King Corbin. And The Fiend versus Braun Strowman in a cage match for the Universal Championship. I don't know what matches are on that network, but...
Well, folks, it's come down to this. We are now reviewing house shows that we can barely even watch.
Yeah. So, you're gonna want to tune into that Survivor Series review because it's gonna be a good one. Of course, we're gonna talk a lot about the Fiend Bray Wyatt, so be prepared for that. It may be emotional.
It's gonna be a fun show because not only do we get to talk about the Fiend and how crap WWE was in 2019, but we can even talk about what was happening around the world. It was a very elite time. A certain American Nightmare was a part of the company. To be fair, AEW at the beginning wasn't that
keyword that was creeping up on us.
To be fair, it wasn't that bad back then. It was actually kind of entertaining. This was before it became what it is today.
So, folks, until next time, he's Tro, I'm CJ, neither
Good
one
job.
of us is Frank. And don't forget to like, subscribe, go watch Tro's ranks on his top WrestleManias that he's attended live. We'll give that one a like and all that good stuff. And until next time, man, we out. Deuces.